But every Black woman I've ever worked with, after some time passes, I get to know them, I know their story, they will tell me essentially the same thing, that they were putting people above themselves and they're working so hard.
I want to add some science to what she just said, because what she's describing has a name, and it's actually called weathering.
I'm going to add some more research to this, because weathering explains what happens on a biological level when you're exposed to constant stress, discrimination, racism. However, this new study that just came out, a study that I just finished conducting, explains the structural and historical and epigenetic reasons behind why this happens specifically to women, especially Black women. Stuck in this loop of overfunctioning, high achievement, constant working, put others before themselves, and it ends up aging us quicker and also causing adverse health effects. So the research I conducted is on high functioning survival mode. It is a term that I have identified to explain why this happens and how it manifests specifically among high achieving and high masking women. So in my study, I found that because of complex PTSD, specifically looking at childhood complex PTSD in the form of parentification, neglect, absent parents, what happens is on a physiological level, so in your nervous system, that locks you into what I call high functioning survival mode, a state of survival that makes you believe that you have to constantly work hard and be useful to be valuable, loved, cared, and supported for. So what happens is it locks you in this loop, the high functioning survival mode loop, where you work hard, you overfunction, you perform at a high level, build out a life that is tied to how useful you are to others around you and how much you produce, so that your whole entire life hinges on your constant production. But what happens is you're paying the price with yourself. That's why you end up in burnout. That's why you have a stroke at 30. That's why you can't sleep at night. That's why your weight fluctuates. All the adverse health outcomes are tied to potentially high functioning survival mode. If you want to learn more about this, I am drafting a white paper that I will share in about 2 weeks. I'm hosting a free webinar where I'll walk you through my study and all the findings, and you'll get a free copy of the white paper at the end of the webinar. So if you're interested, click the link in my bio and you can register for free.